Right now, as you listen to this, 5 words are draining the energy from your home. Kolbe discovered this after 30 years studying domestic energies. And the worst part, you speak these words every day without knowing it. But before I continue, I need to ask you a question that will change everything. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, feeling like someone was watching you? Have you ever walked into your home and felt like something had shifted, even though nothing was out of place? Have you felt inexplicably tired within the confines of your own sanctuary? If you answered yes to even one of these questions, your home is already being affected. The 5 words are already working silently, like energetic viruses spreading through the air, permeating the walls, contaminating every corner of your haven. Stop for a second. Feel the environment around you. Is there something heavy in the air? A strange sensation you can't explain? It's not a coincidence. Your home is being infected by invisible energetic viruses. And I know exactly what you're thinking right now. How is it possible that simple words have so much power? I thought the exact same thing when I first heard about Kolbe. I thought it was just another unfounded esoteric theory, until my own life was turned upside down. My name doesn't matter. What matters is that 3 months ago, I discovered something that completely changed how I view words. Something that Kolbe has been warning about for decades, but that few took seriously, until I saw it with my own eyes. For 15 years, I worked as a real estate consultant. I was always intrigued by how some houses sold in days, while others remained on the market for months. Identical houses and same price, but some had an unexplainable magnetism. That's when I met an architect who mentioned Kolbe. Words shape spaces more than any decoration, she said. They create energetic fields that people feel instantly. It was an ordinary Tuesday. Was at the home of a friend who always complained of nightmares, a constantly heavy atmosphere, plants dying for no apparent reason, constant family arguments. Nothing seemed to go right in that house. But that house had a dark secret that I only discovered later. In the last 5 years, 3 relationships had ended there, 2 family businesses had failed, and the entire family developed inexplicable health problems whenever they spent too much time at home. For a whole week, I discreetly wrote down every negative word spoken there. There were over 200 toxic words in just 7 days. The house was literally saturated with destructive vibration. Then Kolbe appeared in our conversation, not literally, of course, but his discoveries reached us through someone who had studied his methods, and in 15 minutes everything made sense. The 5 words that drain domestic energy are more common than you imagine. They hide in everyday phrases, in normal conversations, in automatic. Thoughts are like invisible parasites. They feed on the vitality of your home. Kolbe discovered that these words work on 3 distinct energetic levels. On the physical level, they alter the molecular vibration of the air. On the emotional level, they create fields of negative resonance. On the spiritual level, they open portals to low-frequency energies. He worked with quantum physicists to prove his theories. They literally measured the changes in the vibrational frequency of the environments. Before and after these words were spoken, the first word is one of the most used in the modern world. You probably said it today. Kolbe discovered that this word, when spoken inside the house, creates frequency waves that disrupt the domestic energy field. It's like throwing a stone into a calm pond. The ripples spread to all the rooms. What impresses me most is how this first word acts cumulatively. Once doesn't make a difference. 10 times starts to create resistance. 100 times forms energetic barriers. 1,000 times transforms your home into a vibrational prison. Kolbe measured this scientifically. He placed frequency sensors in different rooms of a house. With each utterance of this word, the devices detected a 15% drop in the room's vibration. 15% each time. This word carries within it a vibration of negation, of resistance, of blockage. Each time you pronounce it, you are literally building an invisible energetic barrier inside your home. Plants feel it first, then the animals, lastly you, and here's something that will shock you. Kolbe discovered that this word doesn't even need to be spoken to affect the environment. Just thinking it with emotional intensity is enough. Emotionally charged thought vibrates at the same frequency as the spoken word. This means that even when you are silent, if you are constantly thinking this word with frustration or anger, your home absorbs that vibration. It's like having a radio tuned to the E. Frequency of negativity 24 hours a day. But there's something even more disturbing about this first word. It doesn't act alone. It attracts the other four, as if it were an energetic magnet. It pulls other destructive vibrations towards itself. Kolbe called this the verbal cascade effect. Imagine a drop of black ink falling into a glass of crystal clear water. At first, it's just a small stain, but it quickly spreads, contaminates everything, transforms the pure water into something cloudy and unusable. That's exactly what happens when this first word contaminates the environment of your home. Kolbe documented cases where a single person constantly using this first word managed to energetically contaminate an entire house in less than a month. The whole family started to have insomnia. Pets became aggressive. Plants died without explanation. One of the most striking cases was that of a 42-year-old executive. Beautiful house, structured family, seemingly perfect life. But she had developed the habit of using this first word about 80 times a day, mostly related to work. In 6 months, her husband filed for divorce. Her children started having problems at school. She developed constant migraines. And the strangest thing, every visitor who went to her house left with a headache. Have you ever noticed how some days your house seems heavier than others, as if the air were denser, as if something invisible was sucking your energy? It's not your imagination. It's the accumulated result of these 5 words acting on the environment. Kolbe discovered that there is a specific pattern. On the days you use these toxic words more, the house's energy plummets. On the days you avoid pronouncing them, the environment naturally restores itself. It's like an invisible energetic thermometer. The second word is even more subtle. It disguises itself as concern, as care, as love. But behind that mask, it hides one of the most toxic vibrations in existence. Kolbe spent years identifying the truly destructive power of this word. This second word is spoken primarily by people who care deeply about others. Parents, mothers, grandparents, loving spouses. They believe they're showing love, but in reality, they're creating fields of anxiety that spread through the house like a toxic fog. Kolbe specifically studied families where someone constantly used this second word. In 100% of the cases, at least one family member developed anxiety disorders in less than 2 years. 100%. There were no exceptions. When you utter this second word inside your home, you're invoking an energy of disguised fear. It's like lighting a black candle in a ritual you don't even know you're performing. The word echoes through the walls. It impregnates the furniture. It contaminates the air you breathe. And here's the most frightening part. This second word feeds on the very energy you expend trying to resolve situations. The more you worry, the more power you give it. It's a vicious, energetic cycle that only worsens over time. I know how you're feeling right now. Confused, maybe a little skeptical. How can simple words affect my home? I thought exactly that. Until I saw the transformation that happened when we stopped using these 5 words. But before I tell you about the transformation, I need you to understand something. Kolbe wasn't an armchair theorist. He was a rigorous scientist, trained in quantum physics with a doctorate in environmental acoustics. He measured everything. He documented everything. He proved everything. In university laboratories, he created controlled environments where he uttered each of these toxic words, while state-of-the-art sensors measured the alterations in the vibrational field. The results were consistent across over 1,000 experiments. Each toxic word reduced the vibrational frequency of the environment in specific and measurable patterns. These weren't subtle alterations. They were dramatic drops that any precision equipment could detect. The difference was instantaneous. I'm not exaggerating. On the first day, the plants seemed more alive. On the second, the pets were calmer. In the first week, the entire family was sleeping better. It was as if someone had opened all the windows of a house that had been closed for years. I remember the 3rd day of the experiment exactly. I entered my friend's house, and for the first time in years, I didn't feel that weight on my chest that I always felt there. The air was different, lighter, cleaner, as if someone had vacuumed up all the invisible negativity. But what impressed me most was the change in the people. In 1 week, the children stopped fighting. The husband, who was always irritable, started smiling more. She herself said she was feeling more optimistic than in years. It was as if the whole family had emerged from a state of collective depression they didn't even know they had. as if they had lived for years under an invisible weight that had finally been lifted from everyone's shoulders. But let me tell you about the third word. This is the most dangerous of all. Kolbe called it the vampire word, because it not only drains energy, it feeds on it. Every time you pronounce it, it gets stronger, and your home gets weaker. Kolbe discovered something terrifying about this third word. It has energetic memory. This means it remembers every time it was spoken with intense emotion, and it uses that memory to strengthen itself even more. It's as if each emotional utterance of this word creates an energetic seed in the house. Over time, these seeds germinate and grow, creating a kind of invisible dark forest that sucks the vitality of all the inhabitants. This third word is so common that it's on practically everyone's lips every day. It appears in casual conversations, in venting sessions, in moments of frustration, and every time it's pronounced, a little more of the domestic vitality is sucked into an energetic void. Kolbe studied families where someone used this third word more than 50 times a day. In all cases, the house developed what he called chronic energetic exhaustion syndrome. People felt tired even after sleeping 8 hours. They lost motivation. They developed a constant feeling that something was wrong, but couldn't identify what. What impresses me most is how Kolbe managed to map these vibrations. He used specific instruments to measure the energetic frequency of environments, and every time these words were pronounced, the devices detected an immediate drop in the vibration of the place. Each toxic word had a specific energetic signature, like vibrational fingerprints that left measurable traces in the environment. Kolbe created a database with over 50,000 measurements over 15 years of research. These weren't subtle drops. They were dramatic drops, as if someone had turned off a positive energy generator. The house literally lost life with every word spoken. In a famous experiment, Kolbe monitored a family for a month. On days of intense arguments, the house's vibration dropped as much as 40%, and this energetic drop took 72 hours to dissipate. Now take a deep breath. Feel your home around you. Notice if there are heavier areas, corners where you avoid staying, rooms that are always colder. These are points where the 5 words acted the most. Kolbe discovered that these areas behave like vibrational black holes. They suck energy from the environment, creating dead zones that affect everything around them. The fourth word is the most treacherous. It presents itself as a solution, but it is the problem. Kolbe discovered that this word creates energetic illusions. It makes you believe you're improving the situation, when in fact you're making it worse. What makes this fourth word so dangerous is its deceptive nature. It seems positive on the surface. It seems proactive. It seems hopeful. But energetically it carries the vibration of anticipated failure. Kolbe specifically studied people who constantly used this fourth word. They had one thing in common. They started many projects but finished few. They made many plans but achieved little. It was as if they were trapped in an energetic loop of eternal restarting. This word acts like an inverted energetic mirror. It reflects back into the environment all the negativity that should be dissipated. It's like trying to clean a stain by rubbing it with a dirty cloth. The dirt doesn't come off, it spreads. The energy of this fourth word is particularly toxic because it creates expectation, followed by frustration. It's like promising yourself something, knowing you won't deliver. Your home absorbs this energy of broken promises and begins to vibrate at a frequency of constant disappointment. Can you feel it? That nagging sensation that something isn't right, but you can't pinpoint what it is. That's precisely what the fourth word causes. A persistent energetic confusion. A fog that prevents you from seeing the true cause of your problems. And we arrive at the fifth word, the most subtle of all. Kolbe spent 15 years uncovering its true destructive power, because it acts in a delayed manner. Its effects only appear weeks or months later. Kolbe called this fifth word a silent, energetic time bomb. For years, he couldn't understand why some homes developed energetic problems seemingly out of nowhere. It was as if negativity arose spontaneously, without apparent cause. It wasn't until he developed equipment capable of detecting historical energetic traces that he discovered the truth. These homes had been bombarded by this fifth word months before. The toxic energy lay dormant, maturing silently, until it exploded into seemingly inexplicable problems. This fifth word is like a seed of energetic cancer. When you utter it, it burrows deep into the vibrational structure of the home. It stays there, invisible, slowly feeding on the environment's energy, growing in silence. What's most frightening is that when the effects finally appear, you don't even remember using that word. So you attribute the problems to other causes: bad luck, fate, coincidence, never imagining that you yourself planted the seed of energetic destruction months ago. This fifth word is like an energetic time bomb. You utter it today, but you'll only feel the impact much later. When you finally realize something is wrong, it's too late. The word has completely contaminated the environment. Kolbe documented cases where a single, intensely emotional utterance of this fifth word caused problems that manifested up to 6 months later, relationships that deteriorated for no apparent reason, businesses that inexplicably started to fail, health that weakened without any identifiable medical cause. The pattern was always the same. The person used this fifth word in a moment of high emotional charge, rage, frustration, despair, fear. The word became energetically impregnated in the house, and months later, when the person had completely forgotten the episode, the problems began to appear. Imagine planting a poisonous seed in your garden, and only discovering it's toxic when the tree has already grown and contaminated all the surrounding soil. That's exactly what this fifth word does to your home's energy. What's most alarming is that many people use these 5 words as if they were normal, as if they were harmless. Unaware that they are slowly destroying the energetic harmony of their own home, they are creating a toxic environment for themselves and those they love. And here's a statistic that will shock you. Kolbe conducted research with 10,000 families around the world. He discovered that the average family uses the 5 toxic words combined more than 300 times a week. 300 times. That means more than 15,000 utterances of energetically destructive words per year within a single home. 15,000 attacks on your home's vibration. 15,000 moments in which you are actively working against the harmony of your own residence. But here's what Kolbe discovered that changed everything. These 5 words aren't just destructive when spoken, they are destructive when thought about frequently, because thought is also vibration, and vibration also affects the environment. Thought laden with emotion vibrates at the same frequency as the spoken word. This is basic quantum physics. Every time you intensely think one of these words with frustration, anger, or fear, you're emitting the same energetic toxicity as if you had spoken it aloud. Kolbe discovered that people who mentally ruminated on these toxic words created what he called silent energetic pollution. The house absorbed all this mental negativity and reflected it back in the form of heavy atmospheres, strained relationships, and seemingly inexplicable problems. This means that even when you don't say these words aloud, if you think them constantly, they are still contaminating your home, still draining energy, still creating that feeling of heaviness and discomfort that you feel but can't explain. Think for a moment. How many times today have you thought one of these words with emotional intensity? How many times did you let these toxic thoughts circulate in your mind while you were inside your home? Each time was a deposit of negativity in the energetic bank of your home. Now imagine for a moment a home completely free of these 5 words, both in speech and thought. A home where every word spoken contributes to raising the vibration of the environment, where every thought is an act of love for the home itself. Kolbe managed to create such spaces, homes that vibrated so high that people felt renewed just by entering them, environments where problems seemed to resolve themselves naturally, where harmony wasn't forced, it was natural. Stop whatever you're doing right now. Close your eyes for a few seconds. Try to feel your home as if it were the first time, without judgment, without expectations. Just feel. What do you perceive? Lightness or heaviness? Fluidity or resistance? Life or stagnation? What you just felt is the current state of your home's energy. If you perceived heaviness, resistance, or stagnation, this is a direct result of the action of these 5 words. They are there, working silently, draining the vitality of your home. But there is hope. Kolbe not only identified the problem, he discovered the solution. And this solution is simpler than you imagine, more powerful than you would expect, and faster than you would believe possible. For 23 years of research, Kolbe didn't just study the destructive side of words, He obsessively dedicated himself to finding the antidotes, the words that not only neutralize the energetic poison, but completely transform the vibration of any environment. What he discovered revolutionized everything we knew about domestic energy. For every toxic word, there is a specific antidote, not a generic antidote, a molecular antidote, a word that vibrates at the exact frequency needed to neutralize and reverse the energetic damage. Imagine poison and antidote. The antidote isn't just any substance. It's specifically formulated to neutralize that particular poison. The words work exactly the same way. Kolbe discovered the precise verbal antidotes for each of the 5 energetic toxins. The first word draining your home is no. That little word you use dozens of times a day. Kolbe discovered that no creates fields of energetic resistance. Every I can't, I don't, it won't work blocks the natural flow of energy. No is absolute. Energetically, you're creating a wall, a barrier that doesn't just block what you don't want. It blocks everything, including what you do desire. Think about how many times today you've already said no inside your home. Each no is an invisible grid you build yourself. The antidote: replace no with I'm not ready yet. Instead of creating resistance, you create possibility. Instead of blocking, you open pathways. The second word is problem. Kolbe detected that this word acts like a magnet for more difficulties. Every time you say, I have a problem, you're magnetizing more complications to your home. Problem functions as a reversed energetic portal. Instead of attracting solutions, it attracts more problematic situations. It's like planting seeds of difficulty at home. The antidote: substitute it with situation or challenge. I have a situation to resolve, vibrates at a frequency of solution. I have an interesting challenge, vibrates at a frequency of growth. Now stop again. Take a deep breath 3 times. Feel how your perception of your home is already changing just with this information. It's as if someone lit a light in a dark room. You're starting to see what has always been there, but invisible. The third vampire word is always. Kolbe called this the word of fixed destiny. When you say this always happens, it always goes wrong. You're crystallizing negative patterns in the home's energetic field. Always takes a momentary situation and projects it into all eternity. It's like taking a picture of a nightmare and hanging it on the wall of every room. The home's energy gets trapped in this destructive time loop. The antidote: use this time, or at this moment. This time it didn't work. Leaves room for the next time to be different. You break the crystallization and restore the natural flow. The fourth word is try. Kolbe discovered that try is a word of disguised sabotage. When you say, I'll try, energetically you're already preparing to fail. Try seems positive, but it carries the vibration of doubt. It's like planting a seed while already doubting it will germinate. Your home absorbs this uncertainty and reflects situations where you only try but don't succeed. The antidote: I will do, or I am doing. I will make this work. Programs the home for success. I am making this change aligns all domestic energy with your goal. The fifth word is if. This little conditional word is destroying the energetic potential of your home. If I can, if it works out, if it's possible. Each if opens a door for uncertainty to enter. It's like leaving windows open during a storm. The energy of doubt invades all spaces. If creates parallel realities within the home. A reality where things work out, another where they go wrong. Your home becomes confused, not knowing which energetic reality to sustain. The antidote: when or as soon as. When I succeed programs success. As soon as this happens, aligns all energy for manifestation. You leave uncertainty and enter energetic certainty. Now you know the 5 words. No, problem, always, try, if. And you know the 5 antidotes. I'm not ready yet. Situation, challenge. This time, at this moment. I will do, I am doing. When, as soon as. But Kolbe discovered something even more powerful. It's not enough to stop using toxic words. You need to activate the words that raise the home's vibration. He called this the sacred domestic vocabulary. The 5 words that most elevate the energy of any environment are gratitude, flow, harmony, abundance, and peace. Gratitude vibrates at a specific frequency of 528 Hz, known as the frequency of love. It instantly elevates the vibration of the entire environment. Flow removes accumulated energetic blockages. Harmony synchronizes all energies at a high frequency. Abundance programs the home for prosperity. Peace creates a field of deep serenity. I feel gratitude for this home. I allow the flow of good energies to circulate freely. I invite harmony into all the rooms. I open space for abundance in all forms. I welcome peace as the permanent energy of this home. Kolbe discovered that pronouncing these 5 phrases once a day, for 21 consecutive days, completely transforms the energetic field of any residence. It's like doing a deep, energetic reprogramming of the environment. But why exactly 21 days? Kolbe discovered that this is the time needed for new vibrational frequencies to permanently crystallize in the energetic structure of a house. Less than that, and the transformation doesn't take hold. More than that, it's unnecessary. During the first 7 days, you're planting the energetic seeds. The house absorbs the new vibrations, but it's still processing and integrating the information. You may feel subtle changes, but not yet the complete transformation. From the 8th to the 14th day, the seeds begin to germinate. This is when you notice the first concrete changes. The atmosphere becomes lighter. People become calmer. Problems begin to resolve more easily. From the 15th to the 21st day, crystallization happens. The new frequencies become permanent. Your home definitively transforms into a high energetic field. The transformation is complete and irreversible. But there's a secret that few know. The most powerful time to do this reprogramming is at dawn, when the home's energy is most receptive, and the most effective location is the geometric center of the residence, where all energies meet. Kolbe discovered that there's an ideal specific time, between 5 and 7 in the morning. During this period, cosmic energy is most favorable for the implantation of new frequencies. It's as if the universe is more available to collaborate with your intention. The geometric center of the house is the point where all energies intersect. It's like the energetic heart of the residence. When you pronounce the sacred words in this place, they spread simultaneously to all the rooms with equal intensity. To find the geometric center, imagine your house viewed from above. Mentally draw an X connecting opposite corners. Where the lines intersect is your energetic center. It may not be a physically accessible place, but you can get as close as possible. Close your eyes again. Imagine your home 21 days from now, free from the 5 toxic words, charged with the 5 sacred words, vibrating in complete harmony, each room radiating peace, each space breathing abundance. Imagine waking up every day in a home that vibrates at a frequency of gratitude, where each room resonates with harmony, where abundance flows naturally, where peace is the dominant energy, where problems dissolve before they even form. This isn't fantasy. It's applied energetic science. Kolbe has documented hundreds of cases of domestic transformation using precisely these principles. Homes where arguments stopped, where illnesses healed, where prosperity blossomed. One of the most striking cases was a family in Detroit, a house where daily fights were commonplace. 3 troubled teenagers, a father unemployed for 2 years, a mother suffering from depression. The home's energy was absolutely toxic. They rigorously applied Kolbe's protocol. They eliminated the 5 toxic words. They implemented the antidotes. They uttered the 5 sacred words religiously for 21 days. The transformation was documented day by day. On the 10th day, the arguments ceased. On the 15th day, the father secured a job better than his previous one. On the 20th day, the mother was off her depression medication for the first time in years. On the 21st day, the entire house vibrated at a completely different frequency. It wasn't coincidence. It was a direct result of the scientific application of the energetic principles Kolbe discovered. The family didn't just change the words. They changed the energetic reality of their home. The process of energetic cleansing through words happens in 3 distinct phases. The first phase is detoxification. In the first 7 days, you may feel resistance. It's normal. Your home is shedding years of accumulated negative energy. During the detoxification phase, it's common to experience some temporary symptoms. You may feel slightly irritable for no apparent reason. You may have more intense dreams. You may sense a subtle unrest in the environment. This doesn't mean something is wrong, it means the energetic cleansing is working. It's like when you clean a closet that's been shut for years. At first, a lot of dust rises. The environment becomes temporarily more cluttered, but you need to stir up the accumulated dirt to remove it completely. Kolbe always warned his clients about this phase. In the first few days, he would say, you may feel like things have gotten worse. They haven't. The negative energies are being removed and they resist. Maintain discipline. On the 8th day, everything changes. The second phase is stabilization. From the 8th to the 14th day, you'll begin to notice subtle changes. The air feels lighter. Sleep becomes more restorative. Plants thrive. People within the home are calmer. This is where the magic really starts to happen. You wake up and feel something has shifted, but you can't quite pinpoint what. The environment feels more welcoming. Colors seem more vibrant. Outside noises seem less disturbing. During stabilization, your home is learning to vibrate at new frequencies. It's like a musician learning a new song. At first, some notes are off-key, but gradually, the melody becomes increasingly harmonious. Kolbe observed that in the second week, people begin to receive comments from visitors. Your home feels different. There's such a nice energy here. I feel so good in this environment. It's a sign that the transformation is solidifying. The third phase is crystallization. From the 15th to the 21st day, the new vibration becomes permanently fixed. Your home becomes an energetic sanctuary, a place where problems dissolve naturally, where solutions appear easily. In the crystallization phase, something extraordinary happens. Your home doesn't just vibrate at a high frequency, it becomes a radiating source of positive energy. It begins to positively influence everything around it. Neighbors become friendlier. The neighborhood seems calmer. It's as if your home becomes an energetic beacon, radiating light in all directions, attracting positive situations, naturally repelling low-vibration energies, creating a field of protection and prosperity around you. Kolbe documented cases where the transformation of a single home raised the energy of entire blocks, where crime rates in the area decreased, where other residents spontaneously began to take better care of their own homes. There's one final secret Kolbe discovered, an energetic amplifier that potentiates the entire process. When you speak the sacred words, visualize a golden light emanating from your mouth and spreading throughout the house. This technique multiplies the power of the words tenfold. Visualization isn't just a mental exercise, it's applied quantum physics. When you visualize golden light spreading through the house while pronouncing the sacred words, you are literally consciously directing energy. You are creating energetic bridges between your intention and physical reality. Kolbe discovered that the golden color vibrates at a specific frequency that amplifies all other positive frequencies. It's like using an amplifier on a guitar. The sound becomes much more powerful, but it retains all its original qualities. The specific technique is simple. When pronouncing each sacred word, imagine an intense golden light emanating from your mouth. See this light expanding like waves, touching every wall, every piece of furniture, every corner of the house. Feel the light impregnating everything with high energy. Over time, you won't need to make an effort to visualize. The golden light will appear automatically whenever you pronounce the sacred words. Your home will be conditioned to receive and amplify this energy naturally. Now you have in your hands the knowledge that has transformed thousands of homes around the world. 5 words to avoid, 5 antidotes to use, 5 sacred words to elevate, and the visualization technique to amplify it all. But there's something even deeper here. Kolbe discovered that when you transform the energy of your home, you are actually transforming the energy of your own life. Because you and your home are energetically connected. You are a unified system. Every thought you think inside your home is absorbed by the walls. Every emotion you feel is imprinted on the environment. Every word you speak echoes in the home's energetic field. You and your home are energetic mirrors of each other. When you raise the vibration of your home, you are raising your own vibration. When you cleanse the toxic energies in your environment, you're cleansing your own toxic energies. When you program your home for abundance, you're programming yourself for abundance. Your home has been waiting for this transformation for a long time. It yearns to vibrate at a higher frequency. It wants to be a place of peace, harmony, and abundance. You just need to give it the right words, the right vibration, the right intention. And here's something that might surprise you. Kolbe discovered that energetically elevated homes naturally protect their inhabitants. It's as if they create an invisible energetic shield that repels negative situations and attracts positive circumstances. People who live in energetically elevated homes experience fewer accidents, less conflict. They attract more opportunities, develop fewer illnesses. It's like they're living in a bubble of protection and prosperity. This isn't superstition. It's a natural consequence of living immersed in high vibrational frequencies. When you consistently vibrate at a high frequency, you naturally attract situations that vibrate at the same frequency, and you naturally repel low vibration situations. Start today, as right now. Choose one of the toxic words you use most often and replace it with its corresponding antidote. Feel the immediate difference in the atmosphere. Notice how the air feels lighter, how the space feels more expansive. Tomorrow morning, and position yourself in the center of your home. Take 3 deep breaths and pronounce the first sacred word. I am grateful for this home. Feel the golden energy spreading through every room. Watch your home awaken to a new energetic reality. In 21 days, you'll have a completely new home, not physically, but energetically. And you'll discover that when the energy of your home changes, everything else changes along with it. Relationships, health, prosperity, happiness, because in the end, your home isn't just the place where you live, it's the energetic reflection of who you are. It's your personal temple, your sanctuary, your reality creation laboratory. When you raise the vibration of your home, you raise the vibration of your own life, word by word, breath by breath, day by day. You are creating a new energetic field for your existence. You're building an environment that supports your dreams instead of sabotaging them. You're transforming your home into a powerful energetic alley. The 5 cursed words no longer hold power over you. Now you know the secret. Now you have the key. Your home will never be the same and neither will you. The transformation began the moment you heard these words, and nothing will ever be the same again.